Hey Geminis. Woo! Hey Geminis. Welcome to May 2018. How are you guys? First of all, I just instantly was getting into the zone shuffling and two cards already popped out for you guys. And that is that you've been working super hard. You guys have been so focused on work. So focused on work. So focused on what you've created. So focused on what you're creating. So focused on just being balanced and being squared off, so focused on having all of your corners met, all of your I's dotted and your T's crossed, but there's still something missing. There's something missing at home. Something missing at home in the family, and I think you guys have been so focused on work and just being blinded to that and saying, okay, I'm just gonna stay in my work bubble, that you won't even recognize the fact that something is missing, and it's time to really kind of open yourself up to that. This person in the card, like I'm a pretty literal reader, especially if I see images and they remind me of things in my life. But when it comes to this deck in particular, because this is my grandmother's deck, I'm very literal with her cards because she was very literal. She had her moon in Taurus. So this card here, if you can see, this guy has his arms crossed. Like he's like, I am focusing on these three important things in my life, which is usually, you know, especially for a Gemini, it's travel, work, family, and I won't even look. I won't even give myself the chance to realize that something is missing. Something is off. So I'm just going to focus on what I've built so far, on what I've created, and hopefully this void feeling goes away. But hate to say it, Gemini, hate to say it, no, it will not go away. It's just going to get worse because that void will just continue to grow, and you'll constantly feel like there's something missing, and you'll fill it with things that are not necessarily positive or good for you, aka drugs, sex, alcohol, food, shopping, any addiction to fill the void. And at the end of the day, it's just going to cut right through you. So it's almost like it's time to just acknowledge that something is missing within your home and family, and then do the steps in order to incorporate that in. A lot of the times the first step really just is acknowledging it and not stubbornly holding on to the fact that you're okay without it. That being said, Geminis, you got a big month, May, coming up, very big month. Mercury is entering Taurus on May 13th. But before that, we have a full moon in Scorpio on the 29th, on April 29th, which is, it's a deep one. It is a deep one. It's definitely going to be transformative. People are probably going to be acting very intense around that time, around April 29th. People are going to be, especially family and friends. If I were you, and if you're able to do it, just stay inside. Stay inside because the freaks are coming out. So just stay inside and do what you need to do to kind of protect yourself. Maybe just be more online as opposed to in person, because people are really going to be kind of, when you think of a Scorpio, like they're very piercing, you know, like when you're around a Scorpio, they can either, especially Scorpio rising, they either make you feel very uncomfortable where it's like, don't look at me, like you're peering into my soul, or if you can handle it, you're like, bring it on. For me, I'm surrounded by Scorpios, but it can be very, very intense. So that full moon in Scorpio is going to bring that out in a lot of people to release. They're going to be bringing up all these deep down issues so that they can finally release it, which is beautiful, but you just don't want to be caught in the crossfire. So maybe keep your distance for a little bit. Like I said, May 13th, Mercury enters Taurus, and Mercury is your ruling planet, Gemini. So that means you guys are going to feel a little bit more grounded with your communication, a little bit more focused on, you know, what you're building, what your values are, your money, your possessions, things like that. You're going to be able to verbalize that a little bit better. So this is actually an excellent time to really focus on the fact that, and verbalize and communicate the fact that you've been working really hard, and what have you gotten out of it? You know, like that's the number one question. What do you get out of it? Actually, I just heard this story and it was so profound. She's such an amazing person. She was saying that her dad just suffered a heart attack, and he had all these signs saying, like, he had chest pain, he had this, he had that, and the reason why he never went to go and get help for these chest pains was because he had golf vacation planned, and he works all year long for this 1 week golf vacation. So he kept ignoring all of these signs because he's like, no, I got to go on that vacation. So I forget where I was going with this. My puppy drama just really distracted me. But I think the main point, what this person was trying to really say, was don't wait to live your life. And this Mercury in Taurus is going to allow you to verbalize what you really want to grow, what you want your foundation to look like, and what your values are. The point of earning money. That's what your values are, which I was just learning about yesterday, ironically enough. Your values, look around exactly where you are. What are the main things that you see? That's what you value, because that's where you put your money into. That's how you spend your money. So for instance, I've got books, I got baby stuff, I got some clothes, I got, salt lamps, and oils and things like that. Those are things that I value. That's where I put my money. So really take a look around your space and be like, what your values are, and then start to verbalize those outwards so you can bring more of that in and realize that working so hard does not give you what you value. It just kind of fills a void before you can spend what you need, spend your power on things that you actually value. Okay, so it's not actually the work that you value, it's what you gain from that, if that makes any sense. May 15th is the new moon in Taurus, which is going to be beautiful because it's an excellent month to really start manifesting what we want in a very tangible way. Taurus is a very grounding energy, and it kind of allows us to get more confident, more secure, and more focused and firm, and have that foundation in order to create what we want. So that's going to be excellent. Definitely write down what you want to create with this new moon in Taurus. And then we have, what else is affecting you guys the most? Sun enters Gemini on the 20th. That seems to be all that's really going to be affecting you guys. May 29th is the full moon in Sagittarius, so it's a completely different energy from the Scorpio energy, but the full moon in Sagittarius on May 29th will allow you to, didn't have a baby yet. The full moon in Sagittarius on May 29th will allow us all to get more clear about our beliefs and our theories and our philosophies, and allow us to really start thinking about different perspectives, different cultures, different, it's more out there thinking. It's more higher education as opposed to what we're learning in our day-to-day lives. So that full moon is going to allow us to kind of get clear about what beliefs are no longer serving us, because every year we definitely should do a little bit of a purge of, definitely every year. I was reading my journal from 2015, and one of the beliefs I had was women make less than men. And I'm like, I don't believe that at all anymore. I do not believe that at all. I'm like, no, that is not my belief, because I embodied that energy, and it was like, if my husband wasn't making a certain amount that month, I felt like I hit a blocker where I was like literally just $100 below him. And I'm like, this isn't going to work out. This is not going to work out. And as soon as I changed my belief, I totally bypassed him, and it really was an incredibly empowering feeling, because I completely shifted my beliefs around 100%. But then I started to realize it in other areas of my life where I'm like, oh, who else in my life is making more than the males in their lives, And you start to really see how your beliefs affect your world. So that full moon in Sagittarius is going to allow you to really let go of any limiting beliefs that are no longer serving you, especially when it comes to competition. That's another Sagittarius energy, is that they're one love. The Sagittarius energy is all about bringing people together from all different walks of life, all different areas, and not focusing on the competition, because the full moon in Scorpio on April 29th is a little bit more competitive. It has a little bit more of an enviousness to it and more of a jealousy and a spite kind of way, even though they'll never admit it, but that energy still comes up. Recognizing with that full moon in Scorpio, you can release that, any feelings of wanting to win, wanting to be the best. And in the full moon in Sagittarius on the May 29th, you can start to have that competitive nature fuel you in a positive way. Okay? Bring people on board. Bring them on board. It might be a huge change. It might be a shift, but it'll be definitely beneficial in the end. And then also on May 29th, Mercury enters Gemini. Okay. So, Gemini, May 2018. What do the Geminis need to know for May 2018? Okay. You're definitely putting out a lot of energy, a lot of new emotions, because you want some sort of message to come in. Okay, you want some sort of emotional message about somebody else's feelings, somebody that you are tied to in some way, somebody that you kind of felt like you can't get fully comfortable with, but you've known them for a long time, and you definitely have gone through ebbs and flows with this person. So you're focused on work so much. What's going on, your subconscious wants you to know right now, Gemini, is that you've been focused so much on work, on what you're building, that you're starting to realize, and you have to realize, that there is something missing at home within the family. The more you get people on board instead of fighting against them, the better things will start to be, and you can really start to create and manifest that emotional message that you want to come in from this person who I'm thinking is your soulmate. And we talk about your soulmate a lot. I hope you know who your soulmate is, because Gemini, we talk about your soulmate a lot, and I've got some Geminis in my life, and I'm just like, who is your soulmate? Because you have so many options. Like Geminis really do. So I hope you know who your soulmate is. It's the first person you think of. So soulmate, theme of the reading is your soulmate. Moving on. Remember last month we were talking about letting go for good. So finally moving on with what you have and saying this is enough. Although, like I said, you stubbornly not even recognizing that there is something missing. Once you do, you're going to be like, okay, something's missing, but I also have a lot that I can move on with. Okay? Knight of Cups, this young water sign, is going to help you through that, give you the strength, give you the empowerment in order to feel more secure with this transition. Okay? So this Knight of Cups, beautiful eyes. Younger than you, like I said, gorgeous eyes. There is something with their eyes. They're either blue in color. Maybe when they were born, there was something kind of cool with them where they were blue or something like that. Music lovers. This Knight of Cups, this young water sign that's younger than you, the strength that they're bringing you is emotional strength, because Gemini is an air sign. It kind of is hard to kind of get deep into those emotions. And like I said, you are creating an emotional message coming in. So that young water sign is going to give you that strength and empowerment to feel like yourself, especially when you're all alone, because it's going to be heartbreaking for a bit. It's definitely going to be heartbreaking, especially with this Queen of Swords. So the Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini that I think is your soulmate. Okay, it's gonna hurt for a bit. Gonna definitely hurt for a bit, and you're gonna feel like you really need to juggle your power, juggle your security. It's gonna feel kind of negative, but it will balance itself out, and then a new message will come in that you're just like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. That new message will come in that is justified, and you just have to flow with it. You just have to flow with it, okay? So that's what's going on. That's the theme of this reading. Let's see what's going on. So there's some sort of celebration when it comes to the home and family. Some sort of party, some sort of get-together, some sort of gathering, a marriage, something going on. Why am I seeing like a dreidel? bar mitzvah, you know, some sort of party or gathering or, you know, celebration that involves the home and the family. Okay, so that's what's going on in May for the Geminis. You guys have so many other opportunities though, so much going on that you're questioning if you're even going to be able to do this obligation, if you're even going to be able to do this gathering. All of your opportunities, all of your other opportunities are obstacles and aid to this gathering. So it's going to hinder your ability to go to this gathering and participate, even initiate if you're, you know, if it could be you getting married, something like that, or you getting engaged. All of your other options are going to be an obstacle to this, but they're also going to help you when it comes to this decision making, if it's worth it. And like I said, working really hard, something's missing. I think it is time to put work on a little bit of a back burner just so you can touch base with the family and say, okay, this is more important to me. Because subconsciously, your reputation is taking a hit. It's taking a serious hit. Like, where's Gemini? Where is Gemini? And although on the inside, you may think that it's all good, on the outside, people are really kind of calling out for you, and they're really kind of feel like they're losing their voice and their love when it comes to your life. And that is because you've been so distracted with work, okay? But you're just thinking that you just want to be somebody of, you know, abundance, somebody who's taken care of, somebody who can take care of themselves, somebody who has it all figured out, somebody who can kind of like, you know, that's a wrap when it comes to their finances, where somebody who's finally at a place of security. So as much as the family is like, where are you, Gemini? You're like, I'm doing what I need to do in order to feel secure, in order to feel safe. I've given a lot in the past, and I just can't right now. You are definitely creating a lot. You're nurturing something. So, I'm curious, Gemini. I'm very curious. Why are you working so hard? Like, when you really get deep about this. So what we have subconsciously, we have working hard but something's missing. Competing, positivity, because you want to manifest or create a new message, a new emotional message coming in. That's what your subconscious was like right off the bat. The theme of the reading is moving on emotionally from your soulmate and having the strength to deal with how this moving on has been affecting you, your security, your positivity, and it was justified that a new message will come in that is going to be, it's something that keeps you up at night, but it's also going to be definitely positive in the end. And then it's about some sort of gathering, and you guys are creating something. So are you guys thinking about proposing? You guys thinking about marriage? You guys thinking about creating a family, creating something together, tying the knot? Because you guys are nurturing something. So you got to dive deep. What's the reason why you're working so hard? Is it to possibly propose one of these days? Is it to possibly start that family? Is it to go deep and be like, why am I working? What is my end goal when it comes to my job? And it can't just be money related. It has to be something deeper than that, something emotional. Really go deep. I'm so curious now. Friends and family, like I said, they just see you working hard. That's all they see. And they feel powerless to it. They feel like, okay, let's just let Gemini work because that's what they want to do. And like I said, your reputation is on the line because of that. And you're recognizing also that you have a lot of opportunities for growth and a lot of energy for other streams of income and other sense of positivity and other flows of income as well. But you are just really focused on this one avenue. Hope and fear is to focus on your emotional health, okay? So you want to get more emotional, but you fear it as well. So curious as to what this could be. You guys are going to have to let me know. Okay. So, even though you guys have been working really hard, Gemini, it's not necessarily the best outcome because, like I said, you've been so focused on work. And although now we're realizing with this reading that the work was actually just a segue, just a disguise, a front to dive deeper, and the work is just actually that front when it comes to something more that you want to nurture and create. Because of that, family and friends, like I said, where's Gemini? Because you've been so independent and so on your own and so MIA and so focused on your power and finances, people just feel like you don't need them, that you're happy being free, especially the soulmate person. People just feel like it's hurting. You're hurting a lot of people. I know you don't mean to, but you are hurting a lot of people just because of their thoughts, just because they're like, well, like I'm seeing a screw, you know, kind of like a stripped screw where it's still turning, but it's not catching. Like people around you definitely think that you're laughing at the fact that they're not on your mind, you know, that you're happy about that. And because of it, you're going to start to feel very, very pinned down because you're going to be getting all that energy toward you. People are going to start, family and friends are going to start to throw that energy toward you. So depending on how this reading resonates for you, I would definitely do what you can to attend this family gathering, because that's going to be your opportunity to show the people that you care about that you're still here, that you're still in the running, that you're not just totally 100% on work. And if you can show up for that soulmate too, I know that you guys are trying to let go for good, but let's see what's going on. Keep me posted. Send me a message. Comment below. Let me know what's going on, because I'm really curious now. Like I said, I'm thinking about the Geminis in my life, and I'm like, okay. So let me see what you guys are up to for May 2018. And as always, if you want to dive deeper with me, please send me an email. My email is below. I do personalized readings, and those include astrology, numerology, and tarot. Love you, Gemini, so much, and I hope you guys have an amazing May, and I will talk to you in June. Bye.